Good Friday to you. We are on the maiden voyage of the new Kubota MX6000, and actually just going to go do a small little bit of repair for a church over here. Crossing we did a year or two ago. But kind of getting used to the controls, play with this thing a little bit, and set up some things the way I like. But this is the first dirt in the bucket. Everybody gets to see that. Yeah, just got some getting used to with this thing compared to my other Kubota and running an excavator and everything else. But boy, this is fun. Yeah, we've got a lot of stuff set up that we want to do and some adjustments to make. But actually, we're going to run down the road a little bit to where this church is at in the crossing and go put some in. So enjoy the ride for a little bit. What you're seeing ahead is the bridge built a couple of years ago over Beach Tree Creek. A little bit of bumps ahead. Got to get the new box scraper on and start smoothing out some things. But the biggest thing so far I noticed with the tractor is I need an eyeglass holder. Matter of fact, I'm going to go take these off because I don't really like running with the glasses on, bifocals. But yeah, so this was a tough decision over quite a period of time of which tractor to get. I've got the MX6000 and had it for years, almost 1,500 hours on it. And now we're really wanting to bump up some horsepower for some jobs. But also, I'm not getting rid of the, not going to get rid of the MX23. There's just still too many jobs that thing can get into and lower impact. But we've got a 96-inch snow plow that'll go in the front of this, hydraulic, dual arm, that so far has tested out really nice. Just had it off and on, and yeah, ready for another snow. But anyway, so I first started looking, was going to look up around 50 or 60 horsepower, and really started looking at the L series, which I like very much. I want to slow down and let this car pass here. Nice mirrors, I can see everything. Let them on by and give a friendly wave. I like it when people wave. But yeah, looking at the L6060 in particular, very nice tractor. Really love their console with remote levers on here. I already got another car coming. We'll get over up here a little bit. Don't watch for them, but yeah, the L6060 is really nice. I like a lot of the stuff, HST Plus transmission and some other gadgets that are in there. They're really nice on adjustments on a lot of electronic switches. Make sure that they get by safe first. Yeah, so a lot of electronics, things that you can program into the transmission of exactly how you want it to respond, including the pedal. I mean, so many things. Really some nice features on it. But then I discovered a little bit more about the MX series, which if you notice anything with Kubota, if you have a series like a M series or a B series or any of the main letters, if you have an X after it, that is kind of like a mid-category, the lower level of that. So we are looking at a kind of an M series, but the X means that it's the subclass between L's and M's, basically. And what I liked about this, there was actually not as much electronics in some of the programming. Solid, just shaft sticking from my pedal back to the transmission, and it was several $1,000s less than the L for a lot of the same horsepower and function. So I really like the front tires on this and the front axle. I like that for the snow plowing. It's a bigger tire, a little bit wider. I like the stance on it. A few other things, but we do have a lot of things installed on here too. You can probably see a rear defogger, glass that's back there, heat and air conditioning. Also, we've got the 3 stacked remotes in the back for hydraulic. Eventually the snow plow will be on there with chute control and so on. And let me hold up here for a sec, get across for this car coming. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and hop out here and take a look at this. Obviously they got some drainage stuff. This is a crossing we built quite a while back, but it looks like someone may have already filled part of the hole. Alright, I'm going to shut up for a little bit and we'll just play for a second. yeah, first playing with this, getting used to everything from speed, the throttle response, at different RPMs, all that kind of jazz. But this crossing's not looking too bad. Of course, we did have a pretty good flood here, and there was water coming all the way across this crossing here, and actually where we're sitting now. But this was concrete, was built in place of a cross wall, retaining wall that had been built some time ago with a concrete top, but it just wasn't holding up to the water coming through. We're going to go around here and turn around. I think they are wanting a load of gravel soon. This road needs it. Looks like really needs work a little bit, but it does need some gravel now, so just kind of take a ride up here. But this is the Beachy area, so I want to know, man, it's beautiful. Mountains, and not too far from the Grove Stone Quarry, so we can get material in here pretty easy, pretty quick turnaround. And then we'll put the box scraper on, smooth it out. I'd say I'll work it first. Instead of just dumping the material in the potholes and smoothing it, I'd rather work it, fill them first, kind of work it together. It helps marry and bind the material together much better. And then once it gets packed, you've got it bonded better than kind of two different materials with a different layer of compaction between it. So I kind of get picky with that, but yeah, this needs pitched a little bit to get the water off the road. It's a Friday. Luckily, my parents are coming. They're on the way, and actually excited about that. And Dad will get to see the new tractor. We'll get to go out and play and get to spend some time with Mom and all the good stuff, my wife, and play a little bit. So we go up here, just smooth this. We'll head back to the house and kind of do some other tweaking. But they'll probably have church Sunday, so really this church, I wanted to go ahead and get this smoothed out a little bit for them, and it's not a problem. But it needs about another foot of material, and I'll point that out in a second, what I kind of like this to do. You'll notice one of the bad habits of tractoring is to get my mouth open. Thank goodness there's a cab now, and I don't have to worry about bugs. I always remember that joke from the Happy Days with the moms: you don't smile when you're riding a motorcycle without a shield on because you get bugs in your teeth. But yeah, that's kind of smooth enough for them Sunday. I'm going to put a little dip in this. See if I can get some of that water out of there. Let that drain. Let's let something out of that hole. There you go. Already see that draining. But you pull back, you can see it kind of coming out of there. Yeah, this whole little area needs fixed a little bit better drainage. But man, it held up during the flooding. I'd say the water was up to about the bottom of the bucket where it's at right now, which is hard for you to see, or let's say about probably a foot deep over in this area running across this whole thing. It came down and checked it during the flooding, and the concrete port that we put in, the 48-inch pipe, really held up well. It did what it's supposed to do, but sometimes a bridge is a much better choice, but it's a lot more money. So this was a good cost and effective solution for what that crossing is. Should be lasting for several years. So we are heading back to the house now. The other thing I was mentioning, got triple stacked remotes in the rear. Part of that intention is known that I want to run the snow blade or snow blower a little bit later on, and want shoot control, want to rotate and shoot control. Plus, there's always something else. But right now, on it, 2 of those 3 remotes are used for a top and tilt kit. That is your top arm can retract in and out with a hydraulic control, and then one of the adjustment arms is tilting one side, so you can cant your box scraper or blade and change the angle of it. So folks, you can change the angle of that. Yeah, it seems busy. And kind of crown a road, do whatever you need to do with it, but it's a little more control without having to get out and actually turn adjustments to get the blade where you want, and just constantly keep tweaking it. So we're going to come up to an intersection here, so I'm just going to be watching as good as I can. There are some fast vehicles. Throttle up a little bit. We're in the high speed. I'll explain this in here in a second. Looking real good. It's kind of limited sight distance. So there are 3 hydraulic flow speeds, I'm going to call them, for the transmission. So you've got low, medium, and high. And then the throttle control in between. I actually tried a shuttle shift for the first time, actually. And I came very close to getting the 7060, M7060 with a shuttle shift on it. Really nice. I almost went back that next Monday and was going to buy it instead, and bam, it was sold. So, but anyway, I got this at Kubota of Asheville. Those guys have always been great to me out there dealing with. I had to get some different connectors for my third function on the front arm there to adapt to the snowplow. And it was really nice to have like 3 people around just checking questions and trying to remember which ones to put on, making sure I was getting the right thing. And honestly, they've just been great to work with. And that's where I bought my KX71 3 as well. But if you have any questions about tractor, send me a message. I definitely don't know everything. I know what I have my experience with on my BX, KX, and now be this MX. I must like the X's. I don't know what that is, but I'll go back down to median since I'm back on the property and off the main road until we get to the hill, and I'll just go low. I don't really like going fast anywhere. Just take your time and move along. Man, I can't wait to get this smoothed out here. But normally during flooding, this had been all the way across this whole valley here. But since we built the bridge, it really held that last flood. It was actually more water coming through here and actually over top of this bridge than it was during Hurricane Francis and Ivy. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way. This is a spare pipe that I have used as a flow through when we've installed. Actually, the one that we were just at, plus a couple more. When we're doing the creek crossings, it's really nice to have. We set up something with a small dam upstream with that going through our work area so we can reduce the sedimentation. I'm going to throttle down so you can probably hear more. Go back in low. Scanning. Let's see. I'm going to go over here. And that looks pretty good for now. Yeah, we'll just get back up to the house. Anyway, I'll probably throw in a few pictures of the MX. I don't have as much time for video right now. I have to get a bunch more, but I'll get a couple pictures up and kind of tag those at the end of this video. And hopefully the audio, I'm testing out this Van True camera. This is the same one you'll see in my truck when I'm snow plowing. It's got 3 cameras, one front, one cabin, and there's one here. Obviously not stuck to anything yet. That we'll work on some rigging. I got to make sure stuff doesn't interfere with the work that you're actually trying to do. But it will be nice to record some of it. And well, we'll see how much video we can get. If there's anything special you want on a video. But how it functions, maintenance. That's the first thing I do when I bought any machine is I'm going to buy the service manual and start learning everything about this tractor that I can. You're going to have a problem at some point. I don't care what manufacturer, but I could do a whole other video on why I went back to Kubota and chose this one again over some other models, brands. There's lots of opinions out there. Here we are. This is what I chose. So it's Kubota MX6000, 63 horsepower, third function, heat and air conditioning, rear window defogger, top and tilt kit, triple stack remotes in the back, and a cab, because I'm 53 and one of these days I'm going to keep doing this for several years, and I'm not sure how excited I'd be to be out on a tractor again in the winter doing snow plowing or work like that. So cost a little bit more for a cab, but I think this time it was a good decision. I couldn't be out doing some of the snow plowing that we do in some of the areas we have contracts with, and really be able to function well. So y'all have an awesome day. Wait for my parents to get here to have a good time, but we'll see y'all soon. Bye-bye.
the day, restart. Be the way so dark, can't you see what's going on? You just lie so long, can't deny you're wrong. Feeling I all gone, I just wanna go alone. I'm just trying to prove that I'm the best. I don't do it for the money, for the cause, or for the checks. I got way too many people trying to put me through the test. I'm just feeling really good about myself without the rest. What you saying, what you saying, what you feeling? Coming back home slowly. What you saying, what you saying, what you feeling? So baby, let me know how I lost control. Save the day, restart. Be the way so dark, can't you see what's going on? You just lie so long, can't deny you're wrong. Feeling I all gone, I just wanna go alone.